Good morning, folks. Riley here from the Awesome Players Off-Road Motorcycle Club. Have I got my visor down? No, it's up. I'm here behind Renault Despot, waiting for Jason to show up, and then we're going to head over to Ivan's. And I think Frederick is joining us. I'm not sure about Mark. Mark said he wanted to ride. And Mark's the one who told us about this hydro line, and I think we're gonna go check out this hydro line and see if we can get in there. And as you can see, it is a beautiful day. It's 17 degrees, so it's June 6th. We are allowed to get together despite the COVID. Unlike you folks in the States who have to stay 6 feet away, because we have socialized medicine here in Canada, we only have to stay 2 meters away. So there will be no open mouth kissing on this ride, and should be fun. We got a little snack for after. Ivan's been supplying us with beer, so I thought I would drop some beer off at his place first thing in the morning. Now, I'm just trying not to get all sweaty. There's not much shade in this parking lot, so I'm actually hiding in the shade of this lamppost. Morning, Jason!
Hey, Riley.
Are you playing with your Senna?
Yes, I'm rubbing it. No effect.
He's got a new phone, so due to the intuitive interface of the Senna, we will now spend 45 minutes syncing it. I think it's Oh, it's working?
It worked!
Hey!
It's the only thing that works on the Senna. It's the pairing.
Yes, the pairing.
Phone pairing.
And let's face it, there's nothing better than a nice pair. First thing in the morning. We are at Ivan's. Good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Ivan.
Hello.
Now, we'll be back to you in about 48 minutes. We're going to try and sync these two headsets. Good morning. Well, good morning, folks. It's Riley from the Awesome Players Off-Road Motorcycle Club. And in the words of another Canadian YouTuber, it is time for another video. So we bombed down the highway, cut through Hawkesbury, took the bridge, and here we were just on the other side of Highway 50. Ivan's got his setup with the two microphones, NERB 1 style. For many years, there's been a short piece of trail that runs parallel to Highway 50 just off the Scotch Road. And we've done it a few times. I think we even have a video where one year we did it in the winter and there was a ton of snow and it was like 7 degrees below zero. But it just kind of dead-ended, really. Well, we had heard through the vine that it had now been extended and was going to be incorporated into the official trail network. So we decided to check it out. We hadn't actually been down here in quite a while because the entranceway, and there's kind of a parking area there, had been blocked off. Rumor had it that the farmer or somebody was pissed off because people had made a mess and he had blocked it off. I'm not sure if that was the reason or if it was because they were actually doing some trail work down here. So we set off to take a look.
Oh, nice.
Nice, toy.
Oh, the rock bed, huh? Just let the bike do its thing.
It definitely looked like somebody'd been doing some work in here. There was the usual hill climbs that I remembered, but there were these sections where it seemed that there was all this fresh, crushed rock. Looks good on the other side.
Oh, I think there's a kind of a river down there, and there's a trail that goes on each side. I don't know if it's this one, but I might be saying stupid things.
At one spot, we were kind of stopped at the top of this valley, and we could see all the way across the trail continued. But of course, as we've learned over the years, when you've got these low spots you've got to cross, that quite often is where it gets ugly.
Well, let's try this, see where it goes.
Yeah, we can always
Options as in left or right or straight ahead.
I like it. I think that the right option could be fun if it goes up the hill.
Or it could be a nightmare.
A little farther along, we came to a junction where there was a tunnel under the highway to the left, and a trail to the right that looked a little more overgrown, so we decided to forge straight ahead, and maybe we check those out on the way back. Right after that intersection, we came to a pretty gnarly looking hill. I was tail end Charlie at this point, and Jason on the 500 actually had a little bit of trouble at one point. He got a little spinny. But on the 500, you can kind of get started halfway up these hills, which is a little tougher on the other bikes.
Semblerait que ça vaut la peine d'aller regarder au moins.
Then we had a moment of lucidity, and we decided that maybe before expending all this energy, we should check it out. So, Jason went ahead and took a look and basically said, yeah, maybe it's possible to get up this next super rocky hill, but it would be a lot of work. So we decided to turn around.
No, there's a bush in the middle.
Yeah.
On the right. Right there are two big fucking stones. So if you hit that at speed,
That's why the fence is there. Keep you off the highway.
even if we might be able to get up there, I would not want to come back now.
Well, we'd have to know what's on the other side.
Same thing.
The exit.
Now you can see here that this is pretty steep, and apparently from what Jason saw up ahead, the next hill was going to be quite a bit worse.
Stuck.
So you're stuck in the fence.
Accroché.
Yeah, you are.
Then the first major disaster struck. My vanity license plate was caught in the fence.
See, that's why I don't want to have a $250 license plate, because I'll probably end up losing it.
Once again, through the magic of the GoPro, this looks like I'm driving perfectly flat, but you can hear the engine braking of the old 701. So that was a steep little bit. We ended up back at that intersection. Jason and I hung a right and decided to go back through here, which I'm sure we'd been through here years ago. But then through the magic of the intercom, we heard that Ivan wanted to go left. So we swung a U-turn and decided to head up the hill as opposed to down. This turned out to be an excellent idea because this trail wasn't super long, but it was really nice and shady, and eventually dumped us out on a road, so we decided to just turn around and do it in the other direction.
Don't worry, we'll notify.
We got to a junction and decided to send Jason ahead one more time. It was actually quite a nice trail. For those of you who've been following the channel, this is super typical ATV stuff that we have here in Quebec. You can see the two tire tracks, so this is definitely something that probably 99% of the traffic is going to be four-wheelers. This eventually reconnected us with our original trail, and a couple of 100 meters farther along, it dumped us out once again at Highway 50 and that concrete overpass. When we got to the other side, we were pretty sure we had gone straight and that there was nothing good down there, so we decided to go right because I don't think any of us had been that way before. The trail eventually kind of just petered out into this big open field. There was tire tracks kind of all over the place, but most people seemed to have stuck close to the fence, and so did we. But then that trail just turned to grass and kind of cut inland, I'd say. and we got to a little swampy spot.
Well, we're gonna find out soon.
We weren't sure how deep it was, so once again, we sent Jason in.
Not bad. It,
And of course, just because Jason made it doesn't mean I'm gonna make it, and down I went, and this stuff was stinky.
no, it's... It's squishy.
Fred, being a real trooper, jumped right in to help. Once again, if I'd just given her, probably would have just popped out the other side.
Yeah, just roll into it, Ivan. Don't do what I did.
Everybody made it through, proving once again to my shame that it was just piss poor riding on my part. Now there really was no trail, there was the occasional tire track, but this had all the hallmarks of another awesome player's good decision, in that this trail was grassy and obviously was not seeing a lot of traffic.
I think this is a U-turn, boys.
We skirted the perimeter of this field looking for any semblance of an exit, but we did not see anything that wasn't going to involve some just blind bushwhacking. So we, once again, decided to head back. The only thing we knew for sure was that little swampy crossing, it was going back that was going to be tough because that other side was pretty much vertical. Ivan hit it.
Lean back.
And made it no problem. Then it was Frederick.
Oh.
And he spun it on the mighty 250. So it was my turn to climb down into the muck and give him a hand.
Oh, Ivan, you just ruined a great video. Okay.
Oh, it smells.
All right. Pull the clutch in and let's go back. Hey, we might be getting close. Might be a lot better than standing in the hole. There we go.
Did I mention how stanky this stuff was? And this was this kind of stuff where you weren't going to get any traction, so you had to hit this with enough momentum to make it through, because you weren't going to get any grip halfway through by getting on the gas.
Here, you want to grab the douche rope out of there? He's not going to get up. It's in my side pocket here. Maybe. No, douche it. Okay, my cord is in the side pocket. One side or the other.
It must be the other.
This is the shitty douche rope. Couldn't find a good one.
It's going to smell.
And look, it's the perfect length. So we're not in the shit.
And this douche rope had actually missing a couple of chunks from some previous adventures. And with 3 guys and a rope, you could pull anything out of that hole. I don't even think he had the motor on at this point.
There we go. Nice.
I think it might have been in gear there at the beginning and we were still pulling it.
Don't put it away right away.
I'll shove it in the pocket.
I wouldn't.
Oh, you gonna hold it? That's your optimism? Look, the last person here had a diaper problem, so they got really scared. And there's a fork in it. That's disgusting.
No, you gotta stay right on that rock. Get in the rut.
All right.
And lean back because the front end just got a hole in it. Hey, did you get anything to feel your small?
Yeah.
Into the
All right.
Now it was my turn, and I kind of psyched myself out because I'd already fallen in this swamp once. So I decided to back up and get a nice smooth run up at it. Standing up on the pegs. And then give her. And no. And down I went again.
Oh, the smell.
But the smell
Ooh,
is
that stinks. Oh,
Oh, wait, I guess
gonna need some help.
I don't want to get roots in this shit.
All right, let's back her down.
I'll send you the bill for my boot cleanup.
Mine never was.
Can you grab it?
Time once again for the douche rope, and we all know the reason it's called the douche rope is because if your bike's on the end of it.
All right, boys.
And that ooze, I found out later, had leaked into all my saddlebags, and yeah, it was pretty gross.
Hold it.
It was greasy enough that it was pretty hard just to walk up this stupid hill. I think the boys were pulling me and the bike up.
Okay, pull. You were pulling me up.
And Jason made it with style with a little wheelie.
Yeah.
How would you describe the smell?
Shitty?
How about the taste?
Oh, actually, I think I was recording.
Oh, it's not as bad as I remember.
Back at the overpass, we decided to go down the steep hill, even though we were pretty sure it didn't lead anywhere good. But that's just the kind of decisions we like to make.
I know I made it up here on bigger bikes.
Hey, this is awesome player level.
It was a steep enough downhill that as you're going down, you're already thinking about how going up is going to be a little more interesting.
Oh, let's go back the way we came.
We ended up behind someone's construction company or something, so we decided to once again turn around. And that's why, a lot of the times you'll see us doing the same trails, because as soon as you start trying to find new stuff, unless someone's giving you a GPS track, you spend a lot of time dealing with dead ends and turning around.
Oh, fucking boards. Stalled it. Yeah.
My crossing was not pretty.
No, mine wasn't either. I stalled it.
On these trails, you'll see bridges like the one Ivan just got hung up on there. And they're not really designed for motorcycles, so people aren't too worried about our narrow little tires getting jammed in a crack.
Yeah.
It's either ATV or a lot of the time snowmobile guys, so that thing would be packed with snow. We veered off on a little side trail which took us up to a clearing with this little house. I'm not sure what it was, if it's something to do with some underground piping or who knows what. Somebody would come up here and cut the grass, so it must have been a municipal building or something. Once again, we were turning around.
Yeah, there's a road down there. It's the that's the 148. It's a highway.
But there's a road to the right here too. Gravel road.
Ivan could see that not too far from us was a road, so we were trying to connect to
Yeah,
it.
there is a road.
We knew the main road was down this hill, so we thought maybe we'd head down this road and then try to hook up with the other road on Ivan's GPS. When we got to the main road, we could see across the street one of the locals had come up with this crazy way of cutting the steep hills on his lawn, so I knew I had to go over there and get some video.
That is brilliant.
I'm gonna go ask him.
I gave him the universal hand signal for, "Can I videotape your crazy contraption?" And he said sure. Now you gotta admit, this worked really well, and I've seen people do this where, you know, you're trying to pull the lawnmower up the hill with a rope, or you're pushing it in front of you and hoping it doesn't roll back and cut your feet off. So this guy was a genius. We gave up on the idea of finding another road and just decided to head back up once again the same trail we'd just been down.
This is slippery. Well, with my tire, it's fucking slippery.
Ivan was running a Chris style tire, so he was complaining that it was a bit slippy on some of these climbs.
What's the name for an impaling branch on the side?
Dirty mark.
Dirty mark.
A dangerous mark.
A medieval mark.
An evil mark.
An angry mark.
Angry mark.
Come on, get up.
Out of my way! Need some momentum, god damn it!
When we got to the steep hill, Jason was in front, then Fred, then myself.
Okay. No, the first part
Jason
was
made
like,
it up with a little bit of spinning, and then Fred
Not much.
ended up getting
No
off
one
track and running out of steam. I managed to avoid him just by inches.
Oh shit! Oh, he hit me though.
I'm gonna go in the hill backward.
Yeah, he fell on me.
But behind me, Ivan wasn't so lucky.
Yeah, I think so.
He's down. Brokeback Mountain?
It doesn't go in here where it's not like dried up.
Hope you guys don't need help.
Huh? Maybe.
Can't hear you, you're breaking up.
Fuck off.
I thought Santa had fixed this. Where's Ivan? Ivan?
Funny. So I gotta. Maybe not douching. It's gonna be getting started. Gotta need a rock here.
Why don't you just roll back down and start over?
Maybe.
Wait a second. I'm coming. Jesus is coming.
Because I was on my way, then he didn't make it. Started rolling back.
I missed you by I know.
He tumbled and then he fell against my bike and pitched me over.
Did you get the video?
Yes, I did. Actually, I should just stop it right now.
What? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's running good now. Huh. Killy kill? I got. Huh. No. No. Side stand's good.
We got
We're in neutral.
Frederick's 250 up.
Kill switch is on runny run.
She didn't want to start for a minute.
Yeah, give it a minute. There we go.
Then the thumper sprung to life. Challenge was going to be how to get going here because it was steep and slippery.
Away we go.
Smartest move probably would have been to have just gone back down and tried it again. And Frederick's not the
Jason,
tallest
you wanna hop on with
guy,
your long legs?
so this was going to be
Frederick?
even tougher.
You got it.
He got going,
Whoa!
and down he went.
Nice. Oh shoot.
Now it's looking good. All right.
Okay, he's in gear. So. Okay.
Okay, let's just Spin it around. You want to just pull the ass down?
What's the plan here?
You want to go back down and ride it up, or what do you think?
Yeah, should go back down.
Okay, so swing it. Swing it.
Just no. Just turn the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, Ivan. He's coming your way. We're in a good vantage point to watch you crash. I would stay to the left, my friend. The right has been chewed.
Ivan had already gone down to the bottom of the hill again to give it another shot, and you can see here too how nicely chewed up the trail is.
Take away all the scary stuff when you're riding. All right, buddy. Give her.
Let's see how we can do with this Chris tire.
Ivan was gonna try it first.
See. Here. Yep. Ready to jump into this cushy area here. Stay to the left. Give her.
That's a tricky uphill there, holy.
Yep.
Ivan made it.
That's a tricky uphill. Not that easy, I have to admit.
Especially when there's a Honda stopped halfway up.
Well, yeah.
All right.
It was okay until he was just stopped. It's when the body on top of the Honda started tumbling down.
I missed him by like an inch, man.
I thought I was going to miss him.
This is going to be great or bad. There's no intermediate. He's going to have to give her more jam. More jam. It's ugly. Whoa! Hold on. Jason, you want to paddle it up? Yeah.
I'm just tired now.
Peux-tu laisser Jason assis
Oui.
avec ses jambes?
Hésiter un instant, c'est là que
Parce que
Ouais.
j'étais rendu trop sur le bord, j'aimais pas ça. Là, je voyais là. Là, j'étais en haut.
The new plan was to have Jason ride it up with those long legs. Jason's ridden my bike up a few hills over the years.
line it up. You want to start from here?
Is it running? I can't hear.
Of all the bikes in our crew, that 250 at wide open throttle is by far the loudest.
Whoa!
Looking for the point of friction.
Give her! Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Just that last bit right there,
Yeah.
you think it's going to be easy. It actually bounces you in it.
Yeah, and that's why actually, by going diagonal, he avoided the bounce.
We backtracked again, and on another rocky hill climb, Fred had a bit of trouble, but this time Ivan managed to make it past him on the left. This time Fred managed to get going on his own, so we continued on our way.
I'll wait for the boys, make sure they get
While all this was happening, Jason had taken another little offshoot we had seen, but the reports came back that it was not really going to be worth it. A little farther along, we saw yet another trail that I don't think we'd ever really noticed. When we started down it, we could see it had seen some pretty recent use because there was some fresh tire tracks. It had a few decent climbs.
Dig it.
Fuck, I stalled it.
Oh no!
I was on the wrong side. I started bouncing left and right.
Up ahead, Jason had made it to the top, but he was having this issue again where the fuel in his gas tank was almost boiling.
At least it's not pressurizing.
Yeah, I got stuck on a rock. Essaie de venir à droite, Fred.
Ivan got going, and he passed Fred and gave him a little advice to stick to the right.
Yeah, Fred got... He was on the wrong side of the track. He was on the left.
Not too much farther up the trail, we got to another junction.
What?
Trail to the right.
Well, that's the trail that I see that goes back to Scotch.
I think we should go right.
This goes to the lake, and this one goes back to Scotch.
Right, let's try right.
Do we explore it fully or just go back?
Let's just go see to the lake. We're like 100 meters to the lake. See if there's a guy with a shotgun there.
Maybe we're lucky it's a 410. Maybe.
I see a trail, a track from a bike.
Well, you can see this dam from Google Earth. Okay, I know where we are. Well, I know on Google Earth you can see this. I've always wondered what it is.
And sure enough, a few hundred meters down the trail, we came to a nice looking lake with a little miniature dam.
All right, folks, this is a new trail.
Back at the junction, we took the other turn, and this led us down another nice little trail. It had a few wet, swampy spots, but it did reconnect with a road we knew really well. We ended up back on the Scotch Road, and those of you who've watched the channel know that we kind of have a ritual when we're on the Scotch Road. We get to the little sand pit, we play around for a few minutes, and then we head off back behind the sand pit, and if you turn right, you go to Black Lake. If you turn left, you go to the pipes. But there's another trail in the middle,
We're going up that little dead-endy trail, so when you get to the junction, go straight ahead.
and even though every time we go down there, it's pretty much a dead end, we like to check it out at least once a season to see if anybody's managed to punch through a route that's doable on the kind of machines we ride. The trail is quite deceiving because when you first get on it, it's really nice. It seems to get a fair amount of use. Off to our right and lower would be Black Lake.
If I remember, it gets a bit nasty. Where did you guys go, left or right at the fork?
Right.
Right? Okay.
Yep. Whoa, okay, wow.
You're at the bridge, huh? You're at the bridge?
No, past it.
Oh yeah, we went up here.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shit show.
Not bad.
That's what I thought.
This is worse than before. Oh, let's see.
Because there's the wooden bridge at the bottom.
Jason's taking an innovative route. On the left. Is that a good route, left?
Yep, it's perfect.
The right-hand fork would be a way to get around all that water at Black Lake. There's one rocky crossing, and then a little farther along, you gotta kind of drive through a ditch and then head uphill.
Oh.
You can cross on the other side of one.
Oh no, this is shit.
We started heading up, and at one point,
I don't want to do this shit. I know where this goes after. Well, it just goes up and up.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
fell right into the rhubarb.
oh. I might.
Okay.
I know this is gonna get a lot more technical. We've gone up once, and yeah, it wasn't as bad as this.
We've done it a few times
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I know.
But
I know.
yeah, it's never been this bad.
No,
That's-
and it loops up at the top, kind of dead end, and goes back down. I think hits the other trail over there.
Okay.
after a little conference, we decided that this was just going to be far too much work, considering it was just going to dump us back down not far from where we'd come in here.
We were there that
So we
time
turned around again.
KLR.
What's up, Freddy? Oh no!
Ivan headed down to give Fred a hand, but didn't quite make it in time.
C'est correct?
Ouais,
T'as une minute. Je
Muffler hot. How's that?
on va essayer de leur virer.
Go
Just
straight back.
pull, I guess.
Muffler hot.
Ivan helped me get the 701 turned around. And then I was just gonna pop up this little lip and then ride down on the left here where it was nice and smooth.
Oh shit! My boot got caught.
Okay.
Yeah, my boot got caught on the foot peg and I couldn't put my foot down. I went to put it down and it hooked right here. And I was like, oh shit!
Time for new boots.
Can't put my foot down.
But that didn't work out too well. Luckily there were some rocks there to break my fall.
Good knee pad worked.
You definitely want to
That was a bad feeling. It was like, oh shit!
Down there, yeah.
Okay. Lovely. Got it. Thank you. What service?
just shy of knob polishing.
Oh, thank you.
You're choking back.
The third ride of the season, and I was certainly feeling a little rusty, and already today I could see there'd been a few times where a little more aggression on the throttle would have really helped with a positive outcome.
Nice and slow. Oh, thank you.
Don't fall in the crevasse. I don't recommend it.
No? They weren't soft rocks? Oh, it was hard rock.
I think the ground was the rock crust.
Yeah, actually, probably going to the other side of the crevasse would have been better. Whew.
How do you know it's my idea?
And I hate to say it again, but we turned around and headed back the same way we'd come. Back at the fork in the road, we this time took the left-hand fork, once again knowing full well that this too was a bad idea.
The bridge wasn't on the one we just took, it's on this one, a little bridge, and then it goes fucking uphill into that other loop of single track. And somebody's been...
Jason's going for it. I think we will.
Well, Jason, you know, I think the Awesome Player's code of conduct has to be revised because he's on a cheater bike.
So there's two options. One is straight up that way. It doesn't look that bad. No rocks. And there's that one, which is not steep.
Oh, take a look.
Isn't that new, that not steep? Huh. Alright. Coming through. No.
Jason had managed to get quite a bit farther up,
Like it's gold or what?
but just because Jason on the 500 can make it there doesn't mean Riley on the 701 can make it there.
No bueno.
I was following Jason out, and it looked like he was going to pull over to take a break or something, and the bike just shot out from under him.
Oh yeah. Whoa!
He had glanced to the right to look at a trail,
Yeah.
and when he looked back, this little tree smacked his handlebars. And down he went.
Even some of this...
Jason! Why you wrecking the trees, man?
I don't like trees. They're everywhere. They
like
block
you.
the sunlight. They host mosquitoes. And they don't even take up as much carbon from the atmosphere as they're supposed to. So
Well,
trees.
this one stopped you from shooting down that ravine.
No, it stopped me from hitting that one.
Hitting the big
Nice mature oak.
one. Yeah. And here's the trail that got Jason so excited.
A little farther down the trail, we once again came to a spot which we usually just drive right by because it is traditionally quite nasty.
But the rest of the trail at the bottom is either just a mud pit full of rocks.
Yes, no for this.
But
No,
luckily
not today.
this time, after reminiscing about how many hours we had spent stuck in there, we decided to keep going. Then you know the drill. It's the pipes. Then the first water crossing. Then the second water crossing.
Hold on, Ivan.
On my way!
And then the gratuitous water crossing. Decided to try and get that sexy low angle action shot.
You could have just taken the bridge. Hi, Riley. You know, the bridge is in pretty decent shape.
The rest of the day was hitting a whole bunch of trails that we've ridden many times before. And it was, it was really nice because once again, this is during COVID, so everyone's been locked up for months. And this was, once again, only our third outing, so everybody, I think, was just a little giddy to be out of their basements and not in a Zoom meeting. So there was a lot of laughing on the intercom, and everybody was in a great mood.
What happened? Some ruttage?
At one point, a little later on in the day, we ended up back at the old abandoned ski hill. And this time, I had a bit of trouble making it up the steep, gooey spot, but I managed to get started again and make it to the top. Then Fred was 2 for 2 on not making it.
Nope. I got blocked behind Fred and tried to bypass him. That didn't work.
And this time Ivan tried a different line, and that didn't work out too well for him.
Holy shit, this is slippery.
Yep, I don't recommend.
Well, if you'd see where I ended up.
Now, you might think that with all the dead ends and the backtracking and turning around and everything that went on, that it wouldn't have been considered a good day of riding, but I gotta say, it was a great day. Everybody was in an excellent mood. Everybody was feeling a little less rusty after another long Canadian winter. And this is when life can really, totally out of the blue, just turn the tables on you. Because we got to Ivan's, and I pulled out my phone, and I had 3 missed calls from my friend Stefan's cell phone, which is kind of odd because Steph's not a big cell phone talking guy. He's more of a texting guy. So I thought that was odd, and as I was sitting in a lawn chair in Ivan's backyard, my phone rang, and it was another good friend of mine who said, there's some weird stuff going on Facebook about Steph. People talking about what a great guy he was. And I thought that's really odd. So I phoned my wife. She phoned his wife, and sure enough, 2 minutes later I got the call that he had had a massive heart attack and had died, and it was actually his wife trying to call me from the hospital. So the day ended on kind of a low note for me. Steph was not a motorcycle rider. His passions were teaching and fishing and, oddly enough, remote control airplanes. So if there's anything to take away from this, all I can say is, if there's things you want to do, then better get out and do them. Thanks for watching. Steph.
Yo, here we go, the Focke-Wulf starting up, getting ready to get the warbird in the sky. We'll see how that goes. Look what you did, Ryan.
How come the pilot looks worried?
The plane had a good run, and there's your engine wall, there's your firewall.
Well, at least you don't have to unbolt it.
No, I don't have to unbolt it. Hey, the work's been done for me. Found out the reason for the crash.
At least you didn't lose the screw, it's in there.
It was an idiot error who, the mechanic didn't tighten the nut enough, so
it was a nut problem.
it was a nut problem. I had problems with my nuts. Ergo, the plane crashed.
Did you see that?